Hey there, welcome back to my channel. I'm Katarina and today I bring you a very late update, this time for my makeup project pen. If I'm sounding a little bit different, it's because I was sick. I'm still getting over it, but I don't longer have a fever, so that's a plus. Just in case you guys didn't saw my last video, I'm sharing numbers for this time 2 updates that I didn't end up filming, plus rollouts, plus roll-ins, plus all of that. It's a little bit of a mess, I know. It's a mess for me to film as well and organize my thoughts, but it is what it is and I need to get back in the groove. The usage that I'm going to share, the amount of usage, my dog is bringing around. The amount of uses that I'm going to share is the minimum amount. For most products, I've missed tracking down a lot of usage, so just keep that in mind. I've used the product at least X amount of times, probably more and considerably more for a ton of these products. Sorry. So yeah, let's get into the update because it's a bit of an exciting one. Wouldn't it be if it hasn't been 12 weeks since last update? So, starting with my Sephora Glow Foundation in the shade Light Clair 22 Natural. This guy was just rolled in last time you saw it. This was where it was, the first update that I missed. This is where it was last update, which I missed as well. And now it's completely empty, as you guys can probably see. It even has some windowing because I scraped everything that I could with a little teeny tiny brush that I have and that I use exclusively to scrape off extra product from the packaging. So for this foundation, I've used it 32 times for it to be done, which is pretty good, I would say. Yeah, this one is done, so it's one less item in my inventory that I still have to fill. Next up, we have my Catrice Tinted Serum, which is this guy. This is the Nude Drop Tinted Serum Foundation in the shade 020W. This one I was using to mix with my Sephora foundation that I just talked about, so I also used it 32 times. I just noticed I forgot to track it for these few uses that I have since using up this foundation, so I'm just not going to account for those uses. Gosh, today, since I'm kind of in a hurry, I was getting ready to go to work and I noticed that I had some extra time, so I decided to film, so I don't have much time to lose. So we'll talk about those uses next update, which is fine at this point. Wherever you can see the usage that I had is pretty similar every 4 weeks, so I think that sets me on track to finish it in about 4 years or something. Yeah, I'm going to continue using it because I'm using it to mix with another foundation, which is a CC cream, I think. But yeah, it's working, so I'm keeping on using it. And this one was supposedly used also 32 times since it was rolled into the project. And we'll talk about the uses that I had since I finished up my Sephora foundation next time. Honestly, I cannot be too bothered because otherwise I won't do anything. Next up, we have my cream blush, my Franken cream blush, and this one is looking like this. On the side here, you'll see the picture from last update you actually saw, the first update that I missed, the second update that I missed, which was last update, and you'll see the products here to be able to compare. I hope it's not too confusing. I know I'm a little bit confused when planning these videos and editing them, but you know, I'm trying to not overthink everything too much, because otherwise I won't do anything. And for the cream blush, I used it 11 times since 12 weeks ago, for a total of 100 uses. Next up, for another exciting update, I finished up my Franken bronzer, and this guy, it was used 19 times as an eyeshadow, 23 times as a bronzer. Since last update, I'm just going to mention last update, mentioning the updates that you guys actually saw, since otherwise I think it is just going to get even more confusing. For a total of 40 uses as an eyeshadow and 79 uses as a bronzer. It's done. One last item, it's done. And then we have my blush from the Balm. This is the Balm Beach blush. This one, I think it's pretty exciting, just because it's not like super impressive, but at least we can see a pen expansion finally. Yeah, this is where I am. This guy was used 37 times since you last saw it, for a total of 121 uses in this project. I'm not going to finish it this year, I know that, but if I finish it next year, I'll count it as a victory, because I just want to finish my stuff. I'm not in a rush to finish most of my stuff, so yeah, whatever. Next up, we have my Franken highlighter, and this guy, it suffered an accident. Before I show you, I need to tell you that it has pen, and now I think the pen is organic, but the first picture, which I think will be on the top, that you'll see with pen, it was not an organic pen. Unfortunately, I put my nail on it when I had nails, because I've been biting my nails again, but that's another story. Yeah, and it gained the pen, a very quick pen, but now it's looking like this. And these pens, I think, are genuine, are true pens, because the product is very low on the middle around the pen. This guy I've used 36 times since last update, for a total of 65 uses. Next up, I have my Kiko Milano Prime and Fix Refreshing Mist, which I've used 5 times since last update. You guys last saw it here. I used it to here and then to here. It's not a bunch of times, but it's more than what I usually use it, so any use on this guy is a win in my book. This guy was used 21 times since the beginning of this project. And next up, we have my Catrice Liquid Camouflage Under Eye Primer that I use as an eyeshadow primer. And this guy, I think I only have one new mark, and I shook it, so it's not really looking like it's accurate, but I hope you guys can trust me. I think I was here at this second to last line last time, and I'm now here. This guy was used 7 times since last update, for a total of 62 uses in this project. I really wish I was better at using it, but I'm not, so it is what it is. I'm living with it. Let's go to my lipsticks, and the first one will be my Essence lipstick in the shade 02. This guy is looking like this, and I'm going to show you in the paper how it was. Let me just see something. Yeah, right. I have 2 new markings for this one. This one was here, kind of here. Last time you saw it, here for last update, and it's now here at the very bottom line. So you guys can see I don't have much products left to go. I haven't used it too much because I was concentrating on my other lipstick from Essence that I'm working on. This guy was used 23 more times for a total of 116 uses in this project, and I'm getting back into using this one as my main focus, let's say. My other Essence lipstick, which is in the shade 203 from the Cool Collagen collection, it's now currently looking like this. Yeah guys, I'm pretty much completely flat with the packaging. I can no longer apply it without the plastic scraping my lips, so I'm not using this one currently. I'm going to show you how it looked like in the paper. So I was here, went to here, and now it's looking like this. It has a teeny tiny little bit coming out of the plastic, but I can't apply it, so I'm just letting it rest for a little bit because I have a plan. But first, my usage on this lipstick came up to at least 40 uses since last update, and I tried to count each reapplication for a total of 79 uses in this project. Now for my plan, I will scrape out everything that I can out of the plastic part of the packaging to use it up. But what I'm thinking is, this lipstick went really well with my summer uniform at work. This lipstick goes very nicely with my winter uniform that I'm back to finally. It's just a gray sweat or a gray, I'm losing the word, but a gray top, very similar to this color actually. So what I'm thinking now that I have only this little bit left is I want to use up this guy until it's flat with the packaging, or until it is as flat as I can get it to be, and then I'll scrape both of these lipsticks out, mix them together in a little pot or something, and I'll use them both together at the same time, and hopefully I'll finish both until the end of the year. So this guy will stay in the project. It's just taking a backseat for a little while, as this one did for a couple months, and we'll get back into it probably next month, or next update actually, because this update is actually going up late. We'll get back in the groove, I promise. Now, to replace the two items that I finished, my foundation and my Franken bronzer, I have two items rolling in. But I only have one of those items with me, and the other one I'll add a picture of it and I'll explain why in a second. For my Franken bronzer, what I'm replacing it with is another Franken bronzer. This bronzer is made with the remains of one eyeshadow from my Pendant palette, which I'll be filming soon an update for. It has one eyeshadow from one of my other palettes, which might be or not my Pendant that palette for next year, for 2025. Who knows? I'm not confirming nor denying it. And a little bit of setting powder, possibly a little bit more, like a little bit more of bits and pieces from other products. I don't actually remember it because I had to make this like 2 months ago. Yeah, the shade is working pretty nicely for me. It's a little bit dark, but it's very blendable. I'm going to show you guys. I think you probably can see it. So I can work with it, and I'm using it as a bronzer and as an eyeshadow. And I already have numbers to update you guys on this one. So since I made it, I've used it at least 6 times as an eyeshadow. I don't know how to count. No, I've used it at least 13 times as an eyeshadow. Actually, I messed up my math, which is not surprising, but it's still hurtful. And 23, yeah, 23 times as a bronzer. So not too shabby. I'm pretty happy with it, and I think I'll be able to finish it up until the end of the year, which is the ultimate goal. For my other item that is going to replace my foundation's spots, I'm going to make a blush out of one other Bandit palette shade. If you are following that project, you might know which one is, maybe not, maybe is not as obvious for others, but if you are following that project, it will be the pink shade. The issue is I still want to film my Bandit palettes or Pandas, those palettes, update before removing that shade as well. So yeah, I'm going to do that. Then I'll make a Franken blush and I'll be adding the picture into this update. So yeah, I'll be working on that product soon, I hope. I'm having another day off in 2 days, so hopefully I'll be able to do something instead of spending the whole day in bed like I did a few days ago because I was sick. So yeah, for next update, I don't think I'll have too many goals. I want to be able to use up at least half of this lipstick. I want to be able to make a new marking on my eyeshadow primer, and I want to hit pan on this bronzer. It might be a tiny little teeny tiny bits of pan in the center since I use my eyeshadow brush on that area. It might be a bigger pan, I don't know, I don't care, just some pan. So yeah, I'm gonna go now. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please leave me a like, leave me a comment if you feel like it, and subscribe if you haven't already. My channel is all about project panning and using up your stash. So yeah, if that interests you, I think you might enjoy my channel. Bye!